Hi guys, welcome to the MVP Converge video. This week we are going to be focusing on our hips and our lower back. So we're going to start in a butterfly position with our feet together. Soles of the feet touching, knees are out. Hands are going to be around the feet. So the important thing in this pose is that we allow our hips to open. So if you're feeling really squished and tight like this, I'm going to ask you to move your feet out a little bit to a point of comfortability where your knees are kind of getting drawn towards the ground. They don't have to actually be touching, but they definitely don't want to be up by your chest or shoulders. So find a comfortable position. Hands are around the feet. We're going to take a deep breath in through the and then as you exhale, you're going to fold forward as best as you can. You can round into your back. You can bring the elbows to your thighs or down to the ground, whatever mobility you have available to you right now. And kind of just breathe into it here. And then very gently, bring yourself back up to a neutral spine. Coming up now to a tabletop position, making sure your shoulders are stacked over your wrists and hips are over your knees. Coming through cat and cow, inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, bring the gaze up, shoulders away from your ears. And then as you exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone and round into your spine, pressing the floor away as you come to this rounding position. Inhale and exhale. Coming about 8 more times in this flow. And then one more time, inhale and exhale. Coming back to that neutral spine now in tabletop position, taking your right knee and sliding it up to your right wrist. Bring the feet or foot to the other side of the mat and gently come into a pigeon pose. So before you settle in here, make sure your hips are squared down towards the floor. And then you're not sliding to one side. And then gently either come to your forearms, or if you have it available to you, you can bring the arms fully out, forehead towards the mat. Gently begin to bring your gaze up towards your fingers, walking the hands up so we're on the palms of our hands. Take the back knee, bend it a little closer to the body, and then come back to that tabletop position. Coming to pigeon on the other side, taking the left knee behind the left wrist, toes to the right side of the mat, and then gently coming into that pigeon pose. If we need a modification, I should have said this earlier, I'm sorry, we're going to lay on our back and take a figure 4 pose like this. This is your modification. If you're in pigeon, be sure that your hips are squared down towards the ground. And once you're comfortable, you can come down to the forearms or all the way to the full pose. Gently begin to look up at your hands, walking them back towards your body, coming to the palms of your hands, making your way back to that tabletop position. Taking your feet together so your toes are touching, and then bring the knees out to a wider pose. We're coming down to child's pose. So if this is too much on your hips, you can bring your knees a little closer together. The wider you are, the more of a hip stretch it is. It's also stretching the lower back, so try to keep your glutes down towards your heels. And then walk your hands down, forehead towards the mat. If it's uncomfortable, put a pillow under your head and gently rest it down. Gently begin to look up at your hands, walk yourself up, coming to sit on your glutes, straighten the legs out, and then gently come to lay on your mat. Relaxing the feet to the outer edges, arms at your side, palms facing up, closing your eyes, taking a deep breath in through the nose, and then a big breath out your mouth. Just relaxing here, concentrating on your breathing. Very gently begin to find small movements in your body, wiggling your fingers and toes, moving your ankles and wrists, slowly coming over to fetal position, keeping the eyes closed, and then very gently pressing yourself up, coming back to a comfortable seated position. Gently begin to open your eyes, taking a deep breath in, and then a big breath out.